Hey, I'm Kev, and welcome to iRacing, but not the IndyCar Fix series. I mean, these cars have roofs and everything. This is the Ferrari GT Challenge Fixed series. These are sprint races. You've still got practice and qualifying, like you would see in IndyCar. You've got 2 laps to do qualifying. I did not, because I did off tracks, and that invalidates your qualifying lap if you do that. But I just fancied trying out this series because I have not road raced on iRacing in years, and I thought I could go to the Skip Barber, which is kind of the default open wheeler everyone races. The Pro Mazda series, could go to the IndyCar road series, but no, I saw this series around. I was like, Fix series on the road. I like the sound of that. As I get underway, I dropped to last already. I don't mind that. This is my first race. I'm just going to sit back here, see what I can do against everyone. It sounds like there's an incident in front. That's where the number 14 car out of 18. And I'll be very surprised if we actually finish 14th as well. I'll be happy. I'll be ecstatic with that if I actually beat any drivers in this race. As I've only done around 10 minutes practice. And that's just in this car as well, the Ferrari GT3 car. Which I also mainly got because then I can drive the IMSA series as well. And that's multi-class. That's fantastic fun. But then I saw this sprint series with the fixed setup, so I don't have to do any setup work. I thought I'd try it out. It seemed like good fun as well. Everyone was saying that in the forums, so here we are. Trying out with 15 minutes of madness around Laguna Seca. Last week it was around Batters. I thought, I'm not going to try the first time in this car around there. But around Laguna Seca, a track I know from iRacing, from Forza, from Gran Turismo. Thought it made sense to try it around here for the first time, as number 2 cars run into issues, and this is an official series as well. It's just maybe do this at the beginning of weeks of the new week, just get into the rhythm maybe on a Tuesday or Wednesday. And that's what we're doing at the back end of the week. Actually, this is the Monday, so one of the last times you can actually race around Laguna Seca. Didn't have to learn this car around a different track. I say it's up to 14th. We're making moves. We're back where we should be, apparently. Onto our rating. And then see, we're very slow. There's going to be around 10 laps, I believe, in these 15 minutes. And hopefully we won't be like the guy in front going off at every corner. I don't mind if the guy behind catches up to us, as long as we just keep it clean, make it to the end of the race, which I seem to be doing at the moment. Obviously, if I've won that, could make it 2 in a moment. It's going to remind me of the Pro Mazdas, not Mazdas, Pro Mazdas, Mazda MX-5 races, which you have in the rookie class. It's kind of warm up for this, I guess. Where you try and just learn road racing with a roof over your head and a tin top. That's the series you go to. That's MX-5s, and they're great fun as well. Especially upgraded MX-5 as well. And there's so many series to choose from in iRacing. Just on the road side, and you've got the ovals. You've got the dirt as well. So there's so much choice, and as you can see, they've gone all in on the IndyCar Fixed Oval series. So I haven't had any chance really to try any other series. So it's a good time to try out other series for the new season. So did someone else make a mistake on the inside there? Or was that someone who went off earlier? I think it was someone who went off earlier. As I get the feeling, by the time this race ends, I just get into my rhythm. I'm starting to get that behind this guy, just following him around. Seems to be pushing us back up towards that group in front. We might actually get some battle in this race. But I believe this series came about for the first time on iRacing this season. I'm not sure if they're going to change car for next season. I hope they don't. I want to get used to this car in this series. Before I get into multi-class racing again, which I did love before. That's why I ended up racing in the roadside, racing the Ford GT. Unfortunately, not many people in that class, but I love the Ford GT, mainly because it was the only GT car I really had. So I was kind of racing that by myself and one other guy. It did inflate your road stats though, all those top fives you got for basically doing nothing. So on the back of this guy, we could actually make a pass this race maybe. But I'm so used to oval racing, but it's all about momentum, those passes. Not really setting up like you do on a road course. Let's see who can remember how to do this. But this car is pretty good fun. It's a bit underpowered, as you would probably expect from the GT3 version of this Ferrari. As we're in the slipstream, come on! I'm leaning forward. Not quite close enough to make a move. Let's try and force this guy to make a mistake. Which is something that definitely does carry over from oval racing. Trying to get a guy slightly off the line and make a mistake. As we're going very slowly, the top guys are doing 21s in qualifying. I was doing 24s in practice. As you can see, I'm doing 25s in the race at the moment. So this guy probably is actually holding us off a bit. So there we go, try and get the run into the corkscrew maybe. Ah, too cautious. I was about setting him up and then I'd do that. But I guess the good thing with this car being underpowered is that I won't be spinning it on the power up. And it is just good fun round the corners. Good handling car. That was close to an off track. Oh, here we go. Good run into the final corner. Not close enough though. Maybe out of the final corner again. As you see those guys having a good time in front, we want to be battling them. We're kind of stuck behind this guy. And I don't want to be taking any risks at the moment. As I said, first race, proper first road course race in a few years. I'm used to road race at the moment with my controller anyway, with the Xbox controller, because of course I do MotoGP, do XGP Pro, Dakar, Rally 4, all with the gamepad. Only we use the real 4 sims for iRacing, for Automobilista set of course, so don't actually use the wheel a lot. That's that guy behind's catching up to us. Oh, you've got to get on the loud pedal a bit more. And actually make this move on this guy in front. So go, good run. Oh, they're getting side by side in front. Probably shouldn't be paying attention to the race in front, actually concentrate on the guy in front of us. Oh, he's gone wide. This is our chance. Finally on lap 7. Can we finally make the move? 4:12. Nick to the inside, he's just squeezed us though. Just not alongside on the straight, unfortunately, so we couldn't stop that move from happening. But he's making a haul of some of these corners. Let's see if we can get a good run out of these corners then. Try and set up the move. Oh, here we go. Superb run, but you don't want to be making the move into that corner. Trying to force him wide though. Not quite working out. So we go into the corkscrew, the infamous corkscrew. Laguna Seca. That's the problem with Laguna Seca, unfortunately. It is a tight course, so it is difficult to pass around it. Oh, he's finally messed up. We're finally through. Made our move up into 12th. And 11 has messed up in front. Are they damaged? Looks severely damaged. Surprised we got our braking right into that first corner. Don't have anyone to follow anymore. As we're going towards the top 10 now. So let's see what we can do in clean air. See if we can do well, as we've got an 8-second gap in front, over a second behind. Kind of by ourselves. Let's see if we can keep it that way, because 13 is probably a bit quicker than us. We'll go behind. Or should I say the guy in 11th? Or 12th. We're in 11th. So we'll see if we can do well around here. That was not good. Into the kink. Should probably allow the backhand to rotate a bit more. Get it turning into some of these corners. So I think I'm a bit cautious at the moment. As you are gaining on the cars in front as they're battling like hell. There you go, fast as that, 24.3. So we were bottled up. Just seeing how much we were bottled up now. There you go, locking up slightly. This guy is good fun. Had some close racing, as you've already seen. As we're seeing in front as well, at least on the relative. I'm not sure we got enough time to catch up, unfortunately. Be part of that fun. This guy behind's trying very hard, runs wide. I think we're putting away from them. That's a bit too tight into that corner, no. Almost our first off track. Just about hold on. As we do lose a few tenths in that final corner. So we've got to be much more aggressive on the brakes into that. We're racing around here again. Another 24.3. At least we're consistent. I mean, consistently slow. Especially when you do mistakes like that. So it seems like the guy in front made a mistake. Let's drop back slightly from the pack he was part of. Or has he just been kicked out of the gang? No longer allowed. Not playing nice. We'll see if we catch up to him. I think that's actually a third gear corner. We're just not carrying the speed into the corner. So you're building the gap to the guy behind, are we? Don't think we are. They are kind of gaining on the car in front. It's having a good battle over the lower place of the top 10. And there they are, we can actually see them now. They are building a gap slightly to the car behind. But to dip into the 23s. You see a bit wide in the first part there, trying to set up the second. Oh no! Oh, it wasn't an off track. Got away with that. That is. God's sake. Just how I felt like I got into a rhythm. Make stupid mistakes like that. It's on lap 11. How many laps do we have here? Must be right near the end of the race though. Shows how slow we are. That you can see the leader on our relative. No! It's going to port. Two out of the final corner. No! Drop down to 12, God's sake. Oh, he's wide. Defending heavily. Look at that as we're on the final lap. Right flag is out. Oh, he's gone wide. Going to try and set up the run out of this corner. Oh, backed it up too much. God's sake. So he's losing the rear. He's out of here. So he might have won the battle over 11th, which I'll take. Oh yeah, I've got lots of work to do on my road racing. Let's go through the kink. So learning a new car, relearning Laguna is probably not the best idea. But I thought it was a track I was kind of familiar with, so it made sense. As we get out of the final corner, we're going to finish 11th after a titanic battle on that last lap. Well, not really. But I'm happy with that.
Okay, we'll get them next time.
Now I made a couple of mistakes near the end, but worked our way up from the back. We were patient. That times were getting a bit consistent before we went a bit doolally on the penultimate lap. But I hope you enjoyed some road racing from iRacing. I'll definitely be trying out this car again, the Ferrari GT3. Try out this series again, Ferrari GT3 Challenge. Hopefully I can get more acquainted with this cars. We've got a couple of weeks left of the season. We'll see what we can do. But I'll be back with maybe some oval racing in iRacing, you never know. As I said, there's lots of series to try in iRacing, so little time. We'll see what we can do. There's no doubt I always do IndyCar fixed oval. That is a guilty pleasure. I definitely want to try some road racing again, especially multi-class road racing. So we'll see how we develop with this car in the series. Maybe next season we'll try this out. Try the IMSA. But I hope you enjoyed some more iRacing. South watching. And I'll see you next time.